So, as many of you know, I ended up rolling the Jeep. We were out rock crawling, a place I've never been before, and got a little confident. Shit happened. Stuff had broken just before. Circumstances were, and the Jeep didn't perform like it had all day, and shit happens. Rolled it. It wasn't looking too good in the beginning, but I've spent a few days here now just kind of pissing around with it, pressing, doing stuff with the roof, and it's coming together. It's actually really coming together. It's a lot better than it was. So I've got the pillars are now straight, so everything's pushed back. I've got the roof roughed out, and I was going to show you guys. I was going to make a video of me kind of doing everything, but basically what happens is I took this thing here and I put it there, and I put it there, and I put it there, and I put it over there, and had it going from there to there and doing all that kind of stuff, and I basically got it jacked out, cross measured the windshield. It's all good. The doors are closing great, gap's really nice, everything's set. It's just a matter of fine-tuning a couple things. So from here on in, now that I've got all that kind of stuff, because it's kind of hard juggling the camera and shit like that when you're trying to operate a jack and all that kind of stuff. So from here on in, I'll try and do some time lapse and kind of videos of me getting it back put together. The deal is, for now, right there, we are gonna put a plug in the sunroof. I don't have enough sheet metal for the complete plug, so I've got a floor pan for a 1965 Ford Galaxy, which is just going to be absolutely mint because it's got some dimples in it and some creases and some body rolls, so it's not going to be really tinny and resonating. So I'm going to get that welded in, and yeah, here we go. All right, got my floor skin sitting on the roof, held down by OEM approved cinder blocks. Those are special cinder blocks. You can't just buy them anywhere. I'm going to take some spray paint and spray paint the opening, and hopefully that'll get us close enough where I can trim it out and get it welded in. Just putting on a little extra, just because this is not a well ventilated area. It's great. It's great. So I've got basically my sunroof plug all done for the most part. It's a bit more trimming here yet. I've got it back sprayed so I can see exactly kind of where the gap was. I just got to do a little bit more finesse to get it to fit. Now that the roof is essentially trimmed up, I'm going to take my clip tool and just set these along on the weld, or the pinch weld of the sunroof, just so when I go to set the plug in place, because of the fact that it is smaller, the sheet metal just has something to sit onto instead of falling through. It'll have a little backing to rest, and it's just going to make it a lot easier setting up and welding. Let's try to get this. Just try and get this plug set in place. It's set in. And like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, this is a bush rig. It's not like I'm building a customer's car or anything like that, but I also don't want it to be shitty. That being said, I'm working on a truck that's got a fucking rolled roof, so yeah, I don't know. Pick your battles, I guess. So we got to figure out our fitment issue here. Not a sponsor yet. Okay. Let's see that off that view. Let's grab this. This is fitting nice, but that right there is not ideal. So I think what I'll do is I'll trim off come up just a little bit. I think what I'll do is I'll trim this side here to slide that panel back and in. The contour looks right, but it looks like the angle is just a bit off. So I'm going to trim this side to bring this panel over that way. All right. I figured you guys wouldn't want to see the trimming, but basically a little bit of finesse, and we got, once that lifts up, that'll actually tighten up, just that the roof is sagged down. It's not you know, it's not exactly the shape. It's kind of got a wave to it here right now, so everything that will tighten up. But yeah, there we go. I've got that tightened up quite a bit. So I think what we'll do is we'll set up the welder and start tacking this thing in. Go off. The f This f***ing welder can get this f***ing thing. Like, what are you doing here, man? Fucking welder. Used to be being the word. What the fuck? Give this thing away. Wow. Tacked in place. No thanks to that pile of, I don't know, that welder used to be such a good welder back in the day when I started in the industry, and I haven't used it in a long time, and well, there's something obviously not working well with it because I could barely get a frickin' weld out of any of this stuff here. So what I've got it tacked in place. I'm not going to try and finish weld it because that's going to make more of a mess than good, cause me more work than I need. What I can do is then I'll just got this sitting in place as it is. I'll finish weld it with my good welders that I know that work back at the body shop. And yeah, we'll go from there. So got to do a little bit more finish welding on there. Then I'm going to do a direct to metal seam sealer on the inside just to make sure everything's 100% waterproof. And we'll be good to go. So from here on in, now it's plugs in. That's good. I'm going to get the windshield set, get that put in place, and replace some doors. Next thing you know, it'll be up on the hoist. Check the rear end to see exactly what was broken there, and well, maybe we'll go wheeling.